Tell them you never know.
We ready for a good night tonight or what? How we feeling? Yeah, so we got a lot of time for a Q&A, so do we have a mic out here in the field? Give it up for my guy Versace. He's gonna be moving around with the mic. So just raise your hand up. If you got a question, I'll call on you and then you can ask right here, right over here, Sachi. Yes, sir.
What's the number one thing that has truly kept you an independent artist for over a decade?
Good question. Hard-hitting question right out of the gate. Lot to unpack here. I'm gonna take the whole Q&A answering this question. Honestly, man, it was, to give you a nutshell answer, I wish I could take credit for it and say, you know, this was my strategy the whole time and, you know, I got it all figured out. But really, a lot of what I preach is accurate in this answer is like, I was kind of letting the answers flow as I kept my eyes open, my heart open. I was definitely open-minded to record deals as I got started. I got very close in 2014, 2018, and 2020. And honestly, just being tuned into my instincts, man, it never felt, you know, fitting for me. I had friends who were very successful mainstream artists who it worked for them, you know, but as somebody who, I definitely had a bit of an education and understanding of financials and a decent understanding of business, and the business is no good, man. It's a bad business deal for sure, and the model is pretty broken, and it's pretty corporate centric, meaning it's a corporate first model. They're trying to it's all about their P&L sheet at the end of it. They don't give a fuck about the artist or the the trajectory you're on. And for me, man, it really came down to gut feelings. My whole career, everything I've done, you know, again, I don't want to sit here and act like I had it all figured out. As I took my steps, I just kept paying attention. It never felt truly right for me. So I was independent when it was no good to be independent. Everyone was like, why, you know? But now, as time went on, I feel like the internet really helped shine a light on the system itself and how it's very broken. There's a lot of really successful artists that are broke, you know, and that became, when I moved to Hollywood and I got to be around that, I got to see behind the curtain a little bit, and it really was a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of bullshit. A lot of people getting fucked over in the music industry. So thanks to you guys, I was able to stay independent, and it really panned out long term. So yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for that, because I can't imagine my life being a mainstream, like, I can't. I love you guys, and I love the level of fame I'm at, but being famous, very famous, is not for me, you know? I like to walk down the street and have a regular life too, you know? And the way the internet panned out and the way it shook out for me is that it's really doable with a group of real fans, and we built it brick by brick. So make some noise for yourselves, for real. Thank you guys. Any more questions? So don't be shy. Sachi, you wanna go over here to this guy right here?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Going through this. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey,
are you fucking ready, Mike?
I am ready.
Let's
very
fucking
ready.
go. So you go through this transition, right? Do you ever look back at the music you made and kind of think, I can't believe that was me, or not I regret doing this, but it was strange that that was where I was at as a person?
It's a good question. I don't know, through the journey I've been on spiritually and just growing up, I think a superpower in general is to acquire forgiveness and compassion, and you have to have it for yourself first, you know what I mean? So I definitely was being my authentic self, and I was doing exactly what felt natural, and that's why it worked. That's why Mike Stud worked, because it did have an air of authenticity about it. It always did, you know? I see your shirt back there. That's like a 2012 shirt right there. Hell yeah. I see it. Hell yeah. Stud Nation tour. Legend. 2011 or 2012? Crazy. But yeah, to answer your question, I think a lot of the self-work I've done has allowed me to just totally view it from a new place. Like, I look back and I don't even recognize myself in a lot of the older videos, but I have a lot of compassion. I respect that dude who was just jumping in and doing it, and following his heart, you know. But at the end of the day, I think life is all about, you know, following your instincts, no matter what they may be. And all of those Mike Stud days and all the ratchet, all the ratchetness that ensued was a big part of the journey for me. I don't think I would be, I know I wouldn't be who I am today without those days. And for anyone who has regrets or not necessarily, make it sound like I murdered someone, as Mike said. Like for anyone who has deep regrets. No, but you know, like for anyone who, I think this is a natural trajectory of stepping into yourself as an adult, you know? You have to learn how to shed skin as you get older and as you grow. And I got a lot of compassion for Mike Stead. And without him and his energy and I guess just him following his passion, I don't think I'd be here today. So give it up for Mike Stead, man. Good guy. Yeah, hell yeah. You're way back there. Want to just pass the mic back to my guy here? You got come get that, yeah?
First hit you with a hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I got a brother that's going through a rough time right now. And I think the best thing to ask is, how did you get through your rough time and what advice can I give to him? His name is Austin, by the way, so I'd love if you could help that out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt that says keep going. My whole branding behind the keep going and behind this album is thankful for the lows, right? So it's a deeper message about being thankful for the lows. It's really, I've never met anyone very interesting that hasn't gone through hardship. And my point is, the harder life gets or the more trials and tribulations, it just makes you a cooler person. It makes you a more interesting person. It makes you who you are. I mean, there's a lot of cliches around this, like, for a reason, because it's a really crucial part of being alive is dealing with the negative, dealing with hardships. You know what I mean? I think all of us as human beings are having a similar experience. It looks different. You know, when you look around, you say, his life's different. Why isn't my life like that? But no matter how you slice it, everyone is having a yin and a yang, a positive and a negative. There's highs and lows to being a human being. And I think, I've said this before on a podcast, but I really do try to live by it. I catch myself where the problem becomes we experience hardships. The hardship isn't the problem. It's our perspective that basically is the problem. And what I mean by that is we're judging it like, why is this happening to me? You know what I mean? What if we just change our perspective that, hey, this is just part of being a human being. You know what I mean? This is my time to struggle. You know what I mean? This is my time to persevere. And really, like I said in the beginning, it really does make you who you are. Without my hardships or some of the struggles I went through, I think I would suck right now. I wouldn't be nearly as well-rounded as I feel. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but I do feel like without the hardships, I would be kind of a vanilla, like a plain version of myself, you know? And yeah, his name was Austin. Yeah, just tell Austin, I give him, first off, give him a nice big, hey, how are you? And secondly, tell him to keep going. As cliche as it feels, honestly, man, without going through the fire, I have a lyric in song Sun Falls. It's like, they threw me in the fire and I came out with a tan. And, you know, there really is, it's a really heavy line in a lot of ways, but that's really how I feel in my core. You know what I mean? The more you get tested, the better you can be on the other side of it. So. Yes, sir. Right here in the front.
So I'm here with my fiance, and I just want to say you've been a big part of our relationship and
Amazing.
watching you and wifey just grow together and you changing as a person too. We just wanted to know if you would at least do us the honor of accepting an invite to our wedding.
Absolutely.
And having an honorary spot on our guest list.
Oh yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
When
and
is
thanks
it?
for just being a part of this.
When is it?
October 5th. So if you want an excuse to come back to Minnesota. when
Hey, you
it's not
never
so
know. I
freaking
might just
hot
pop out on you. You know?
It's not as miserable in October, so.
Yeah. At the very least, I'll give you a big Papa Steve blessing on your union. But yeah, that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. And to be honest, that having a relationship, I was somebody that kind of almost was hard to imagine myself with sharing my life the way I do now with somebody. And I think as men, it's not a blanket statement, but men are dumbasses. It's such a great yin and yang, but women have great intuition and great instincts, and I think that's why men and women need each other so much. It's just that harmony that you can find, and for anyone who hasn't found it, you know what I mean? It's not something you search for. It's more something that you start loving yourself, and you start treating yourself better, you start attracting the right person. So I'm really happy for you guys. Give it up for them. Give it up for the Steve. Hell yeah. Best of luck. Best of luck. Go right here.
What advice would you give as far as relationships go? Not just dating or marriage, but also like friendships and family, just relationships overall.
Yeah. I feel like fucking Gary Vee up here, man. Honestly, it's a great question. And I've actually gone through a period of time where I had to shed a lot of relationships. I lost some people I thought were people that were going to be with me forever, friendships. And I think there's an element to, as you proceed to kind of grow up and become an adult, there's a natural element of like, you're going to start shedding some relationships that aren't necessarily meant to go this distance with you, In general, though, I was kind of trying to hint to it as I stopped that conversation, but the way you can navigate relationships to the best of your ability is first, we talk about it all the time, but it's like the frequency work of trying to elevate your frequency and become the best version of yourself. And the reason I feel like that's such a blanket way of correcting your life path or maybe guiding you along your life is as you elevate your frequency, as I stopped fucking around, and there was a period of time where I was really I wasn't a bad person by any means, but my version of fun was going out and getting wasted and getting fucked up on. That was my only version of fun. And as I started to correct myself, I started to see very clearly that there were some people that didn't want me to change, or they didn't want me to adjust, they didn't want me to grow. And really, as far as what to do, is to pay attention and let people be who they want to be to you, you know what I mean? And you can have forgiveness and love for them from a distance, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that I let go, but I still have love in my heart for them. In regards to love in general and relationships and what this is all about is if you really truly love and respect yourself, it's a lot easier to give it to other people, And if people see that in you and they start to get turned off by being near you, give them a nice big, hey, how are you on the way out, and you let people come in and out of your life as they please. And the best thing you can do is just try to be the best version of yourself. Losing people is a part of life. And I feel like I lost a lot of people in this era of my life, but I gained so much by losing some people, if that makes any sense. So a lot of times you can gain by losing. Yeah. Oh, let's go right here.
Hi, big fan.
Hey,
big
how
fan.
are ya?
Hey, how are ya?
How's it going?
Okay, I have so many questions I don't know what to ask, but I think what is...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
We could just chop it up.
Chop it up. Okay, sweet.
How's your day going?
Slay. Awesome. I've been here since noon, trying to get your swag bags and...
Did you not get any?
No, but that's okay, because I got
There was some
merch and I
real
got what I wanted,
there was some
so.
all-out foot races happening out
Yes,
there.
I saw.
I missed on 3 of them.
Some all-American athletes out there. I saw some diving plays, Sports Center top 10.
I suppose mine isn't really a question, but I guess I have 2. We had a poster, and your song Matching Tattoo is one of our favorites, and we were wondering if you would draw us a matching tattoo to get.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
No pressure.
I'll see what I got.
Yeah. No
I'll
pressure.
see what I got, but yeah, I would do that. We can do that right after the end of this, and don't feel locked in to have to get it. I'm not a great draw guy.
I'm getting it.
That's fine.
Okay.
We need Mike.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. That's a great song. I love that song.
Speaking of tattoos, what would you say is your most meaningful and/or favorite?
Yeah, good question. Let me see here. I would say I got a lot actually. But I would say, honestly, it's one of the first ones I ever got. It's this date right here on my wrist. And it's basically this is the day I had surgery on my elbow. My whole life and my whole identity was wrapped up in being a baseball player. And I remember when that day happened, it was kind of the first time that I felt like maybe I might just be losing myself completely. You know, it was a scary time. And getting the tattoo was a totally different feeling, and it was a celebration, and I'll explain what I mean. I thought that was the worst day of my life when I had my surgery, but it was really the best. And from a hindsight perspective, going back to what we were talking about with Austin, this was my biggest test by far. I hadn't really been tested in my life yet. Everything always went my way up till then. And if I could just tell my younger self 5 years later, I'm gonna be getting a tattoo of that date as a celebration of that date, because I feel like I truly found my path through that injury. If I didn't have that injury, maybe I'd still be playing baseball. Maybe my whole life would be different. None of these experiences or people I've met would even be a part of my existence, you know? And talking about going through hardship, if you allow the stuff in life to happen, you allow it to guide you, and you try to do your best to not judge it as good or bad, you know, that's a great lesson to have. First off, you get through the hardship faster. But second, you're open-minded to what the possibilities are on the other side of that, you know? So there's really every time I kind of get down, or I don't know, I have bad days too, but I think back to that, and it's a reminder of no matter what you're going through, it really is happening for you if you believe it. Okay. So, yeah. Toast to Tommy, yes sir. Let's go right behind him here. The young man in the glasses right there. Come on in.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, brother. I know you're a big fan of backwoods. I was wondering what your favorite high food is.
Favorite high food, okay. Let's be real. I mean, let's narrow it down to two. When I'm really high, I'll eat anything. But I'll narrow it down to two. I like steak and cheese sandwiches. It's probably my favorite cheat meal, you know? But the problem with that is when I'm high, usually it's kind of not very handy to make a good steak and cheese. So usually I go to a cheese pizza, you know? And I'm a pizza guy if I'm ordering pizza, I don't want any other shit on it. I want what a pizza, that taste bud, which is like cheese, dough, and marinara sauce. So yeah, I'm a straight, narrow pizza guy, but yeah, that's my choice. Go right here in the front over here. I met my guy on the street walking to the Twins game. I went to throw the first pitch, and I met you.
Hey,
yeah.
how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I just want to say thanks for taking the time to do that, man. That was
Of course.
That was awesome. It was kind of a right place, right time moment, but
That's what happens, man.
yeah, I gotta ask you. We saw your first pitch. Just walk us through what happened there, man. I gotta argue with you though.
Man, I don't know.
Hey, 1-2 count, arguably a good 1-2 count.
Yeah,
pitch.
no,
Slider in the
I'm not
dirt.
gonna. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I meant to throw that right down the fucking middle, and it just didn't pan out. Didn't pan out. I mean, the arm feels really good. So I've been waiting on getting footage from them. I don't know if they have footage. So we just shot a Touring's Boring a little interview where I'm like making, the whole joke is that I'm taking this way too serious because I never got to pitch in the big leagues. But yeah, I actually got a video from like a fan, and I sent it to Marcus Stroman, who's a pitcher, and I sent it to him, and I said, "You got to tell me what's going on here mechanically." I was like, I don't get why this ended up in the dirt. And he said something really uplifting to me. He's like, "Man, if I had to go out there and just throw one pitch off the mound, no warm-ups, you know what I mean, just let it fly, like it's actually pretty challenging to throw a strike." So he gave me a little bit of, he took a little pain out of my chest, and he said, "Just go out there and let it fly. Don't think about it." So, I mean, I'll be pretty upset if the count's 2-2. If I walk this guy and I lose the batter, I don't know. I might cancel the tour if I don't get to strike out. So, but I also feel like it's destiny. My next first pitch is in New York with the Yankees, and Marcus will be catching it. So it feels like destiny right there, So that's probably where we'll get it. Fingers crossed. Let's go over here. Hey,
I'm
how
from
are you?
Oregon. Hey.
How's it going?
Good. So I saw you in Portland 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I followed you since 2012. Saw
Amazing.
you level up.
Yeah.
My question
That
is,
show in Portland was a small one.
yeah.
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 It had the walkway, though. I was really
Yes.
utilizing the walkway
Yes,
on that
you
one.
were. Very good.
Yeah.
So my question, like,
Are you going blank?
yes.
It's okay. It happens.
No. I can't remember. It was just like leveling up and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
you just superseded everything. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
with you leveling up, I just found myself leveling up.
Amazing.
And I just felt transpired with everything.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate it.
I get what you're asking for sure, and I appreciate the message.
Just, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think something really interesting is going on between me and my fans. I don't think most artists share it. I don't know if it's bias, but I think I am a bit of an anomaly because there really aren't independent artists that go for like 10, 12 years and actually kind of continuously grow. It's usually, it gets nipped in the bud or you run out of flame at a certain point, and the fans, y'all especially, and then my relationship or at least how I operate my social media and how I talk to y'all and how I share my life with y'all, there really is like an amazing give and take, energy exchange, if you will. And yeah, I feel as though I have like a real deep connection with tons of fans personally, but also just in general. I've shared really the most personal aspects of my life, and there's just a group of people paying attention, not only supporting me literally, you know what I mean? Without y'all, this isn't happening, but two, supporting me emotionally in ways, all the conversations I've had, and I think there's also me helping y'all emotionally, and that energy exchange over such a long period of time, as people have, like you said, 10, 12 years later, you're went from a kid to an adult or teenager to a mother or a wife, and to have a bond over that span of time is special. But also, as we turn the page towards positivity, abundance, living to your highest ability, from a life standpoint, there is a lot of synergy. There's a lot of connection, and that's actually an amazing thing, an amazing compliment, because that's really the biggest undertone of what I'm trying to do. Is it's not like, hey, look at me, I'm doing it right. It's like, hey, this is what's working for me. I hope you guys can make a version of it for yourself. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We rebounded.
Okay, this one's a two-part question. It's gonna be quick though, don't worry.
Okay.
Traveled here from Canada to see you.
Welcome, thanks,
and,
man.
Thank you, I appreciate you. And real question, I have twin boys at home that are 7 right now, and we enjoy your music together, and they
Amazing.
fucking love Mike.
Amazing.
And I was wondering if I get a hey, how are you?
Yeah, hey, how are you? We gotta pass that to the kiddos.
I'm videotaping it right now, and they're gonna see it.
Amazing.
Don't
What are their names?
Caden and Skylar.
Caden and Skylar. Hi, Caden and Skylar. Hey, how are you?
Hey, fuck, you just made,
Amazing.
oh my God.
Nice
Anyway,
to meet you guys.
the other thing I wanted to say is just thank you for making the community of Steve's. Coming from Canada and walking around downtown and seeing SR hats and just going, hey, how are you? And it's just, Sam, how are you? And, just meeting people, and we're all in the same fucking wave, and you don't get that very often, and I feel like it's because you're so genuine of a person, and you're real with us, that we can then feel the same. So really, I just say thank you.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's gonna make me cry, man. Fuck. Let's go right here. You ready?
Do you have any advice on dealing with grief and how, not to let it control your life?
Very deep.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I've said a little bit about in the same vein of kind of what I'm going to tell you is just, our human existence and the things that we go through. A lot of it's out of our control, and essentially, all we can do is try to be our best selves and accept what's happening as part of something bigger that we can't necessarily control or understand. I have a really deep answer that I'm not trying to get into because it's a lot to unpack. I've done, waiting to go there, exactly. I have a deeper, I'll tell you what I think in my heart. I have a deeper knowing that death is the same thing as birth. And I believe in energy is forever, you know? And I've had experiences, not myself personally, but with people I've come across and people I know quite dearly to me that have had experiences of loss and then had experiences of their presence as they've gone through their life. And I'm sorry for whoever you lost, but you know, I can't say anything to fix that or fill that hole, but I know that their energy and the people, that they would want you to carry their spirit with you as you walk through life and not let it beat you down or hold you back. And I think the best way you can honor their life is to honor their life by carrying them with you as you walk forward, you know. And it's a lot easier said than done, but I have major respect for anyone who goes through that. It's a part of being a human being, losing people, and life is not always going to go the way we want it to, you know. But much respect to you and love to you, and just try to remember that, try to honor their spirit, and almost act like they're watching over and with you. And I think that's the best thing you can do. Yeah.
Told them you never know.